What is the problem with your insides?
I don't know. I've been to the doctor and they said it's all good. Like all my tests came back positive. I hope that doesn't mean that I've got everything. That means that they were all, pleased with the results. It's just a thing that happens, I suppose.
Just a thing that happens, I suppose. Welcome back to the sensation.
Wait, were we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh no!
Welcome back to the Constantly Screaming Hat podcast with your festively themed hosts, Three Wise Ben Pearson and Little Donkey. That's me.
Why?
Starts with an L, mate. Starts with an L.
Okay.
The barrier to entry for these jokes, I say jokes, is very, very low.
Is non-existent.
No, it's just the letter L. That's all we need there.
Wonderful.
Ben, would you like to pick a sponsor this week? Would you like to turn the tables?
I'm going to turn how the turntables.
How the turntables have done what they were supposed to do. Give it a little bloody tick once you pick one off. You can get me to pick a number.
I just, pick a number.
5. What we got? Oh, it's dead air because Ben's dead.
Sorry, I had to count. I just having a look. Today's show is brought to you by When You Blink for Too Long Because You Didn't Realise How Tired You Are. Liam, what does When You Blink for Too Long Because You Didn't Realise How Tired You Are have for our listeners today?
A moment of rest in a sea of chaos that is being alive. A moment of introspection and self-awareness. And just a little bit of sleep.
I feel like I did give you a much easier one. I went for that one because it was the longest one, but I think that just gave you more time to think, and it was quite, it's quite nice.
That was all vamped.
It's quite nice when that happens.
It is.
I fell asleep on the sofa yesterday. First time I've done that for a while.
I do quite like that sensation, but there is like a danger to it where you're like, yes, blissful. You're kind of reminded of just how lovely sleep can be.
You're also slipping into unconsciousness unwillingly, which
and
is
then
a bit...
There's the danger element where you go, oh, wait, am I driving?
Am I on a train? Am I on transport of some sort that's public that will mean I end up in...
Yeah, Dubai.
Winchester.
Winchester, indeed. Yes, I like the danger element of it, but then just for one blissful moment, your brain goes, no, just wait.
Just have a little...
And then suddenly danger. No, you were right. Who knows where you are? You were driving. You shouldn't have been.
I'm sure that fog was nothing.
Pull over. You're peeing. Yes. Always peeing. Never driving. Have a little bloody sleep.
See a doctor if you're always peeing.
I've got like extra holes in my body, and when I drink water, it just falls out the holes. My belly button goes too deep.
That's a song by Adele, isn't it?
What?
My belly button goes too deep. Didn't Adele sing that?
That's the Adele song. Yeah, that was the original version. They censored her. Stop censoring Adele.
Stop it.
She's a grown-up.
I like Adele.
Do you?
Yeah. I think she does very good songs. I sometimes feel sad that she writes sad songs because it meant that she was sad when she wrote them. But they're very good songs, and she's friends with Alan Carr, and I think being friends with Alan Carr would cheer up most people.
It's true.
She said, I saw there was an interview with Alan Carr. He was talking about where Adele was in a rough patch and went to go and stay with them.
Yeah.
And she was in the spare room, he was given space and that. The radio was on as he was sorting out doing his washing. And absent-mindedly, I think one of Adele's songs came on. And as I said, they're quite emotional, and he was singing along to it quite loudly, probably forgotten that there was a guest. And then Adele just comes into the kitchen like, do you fucking mind?
That's so funny.
I don't need to be in my safe space having my heartache sang at me by you and myself.
That's very funny. I like Alan Carr. He's a good egg.
He is a good egg.
Because he's round in the face. I think he'd make a great egg. And if you crack him, does he not egg everywhere?
He does, I guess.
Don't hit Alan Carr in the head.
He'll egg.
He'll egg. I mean, that's a great title. Heel Egg.
He did a very good
Egg.
program with
Gillian Anderson.
Amanda Holden,
Close. Yep.
where they bought a house in, I think one in Spain, one in Italy. It was two separate series,
Right, yes.
for like £1.
Okay.
And it's one of those places where to try and breathe life back into a village or a town that's not got a lot going for it. You can buy a house for £1, but for that to happen, you've then got to live there for X amount of time,
Yeah, exactly.
out of the year, or rent it out as a B&B or something. So you've got to. There's a clause to it. You can't just buy.
You can't just have it.
Yeah. And they spend 3 months doing it up.
Wow. Okay.
And it's nice. It's nice telly.
Yeah.
Not quite on the level of Mortimer and Whitehouse Go Fishing.
Yeah.
But
gentle dad telly.
It's sort of gentle. I think.
Gentle mum telly.
I was going to say, I think it's like gentle mum telly. I was talking to someone the other day about how I would watch. Well, no, but I would watch Changing Rooms with my mum.
Yes, of course.
Because that's what mum wanted to watch, and I was small, and there was only the one telly.
Yes,
but
exactly.
it has that sort of vibes.
Yeah.
But it's nice telly.
Funsies. Good. Oh, nothing.
Good eggs.
Good eggs, everybody. Good eggs.
Good eggs.
Good eggs. And we're out. Now we can say what we really think about eggs.
Oh,
Car's full of egg.
Oh, egg.
He kept stuffing down the mayonnaise. Gross. He was like the large one in Dune, except instead of a bath of oil, it's a bath of egg mayo.
I've not seen
With
Dune.
Alan Carr. Just imagine a bath with a large Alan Carr. Just his head. Just a disproportionately massive.
Just his head.
Just a massive Alan Carr head.
Glasses still on?
Yes, it's his head.
Good.
And no,
Is there a body attached?
no, it's a large.
So it's like
head.
the face of Bo from
It's exactly like that.
From Doctor Who, not Lord of the Rings.
Close. It's exactly like that, and he's just submerged up to his bottom lip in egg mayo. So it's like every time he talks, just a little bit of egg mayo just goes in, and he's constantly licking his lips. And it's just Alan Carr, and he hosts his TV show.
Chatty man.
And he has people sit on his sofa, but he can't look at them for some reason. He's like, you know, when you get in the bath and you have a little lie down in the bath, and the water sort of like goes over your ears and like just touches like a nice sort of round the face.
Like when you go to the hairdressers and they wash your hair,
And they tip you back.
and they're talking to you, and you just don't know where they are.
Yes,
You've just got to put a lot of trust into a stranger.
it screws up your spatial perception. You can tell if they're above you, but nothing else. Exactly like that. So he can't make eye contact with the people on his sofa, but he can turn a little bit like that, so you know if he's talking to you. But you know he's talking to one of you, but we're not sure which. And he's got like the TV over there where like his assistant can like pull the lever and someone gets the head cut off. I've seen Chatty Man. He doesn't have his own arms. He just has like very. You know how you can get miniaturized pigs?
Yeah.
It's like that, but Gillian McKeith's. Tiny Gillian McKeith's pulling levers to execute people. To execute people Alan Carr disapproves of in his egg mayo bath. It's called Alan Carr Chattier Man.
Well, there goes our chances of getting Alan Carr on the podcast.
I have a pool full of mayo
Alan,
for him to swim in.
if you'd like to come and swim in mayonnaise with us, reach out. I didn't know what to do.
Fucking namaste,
I didn't know what to do. I was doing this, and they needed to come down. So
If you,
it was meant to be more. It was meant to be like businessman, but it went more religious.
Alan Carr, if you
Alan,
could turn down
please.
the most earnest hand gesture in the world, a natural namaste from my colleague Ben here, you're a monster.
Eggy monster.
Egg monster submerged in a pool of your own doing.
Or not of your own doings.
Eggn Carr.
I'm going to have to draw this now, aren't I? This is going to be like the Grinch.
Don't have to at all, but you will.
I will.
Yes. I have 2 titles to choose from, and they're both
We've not
egg-related.
finished.
No, I know, I'm just saying, if we can get anything that isn't... Because how do you spell Eggn as in Alan? It's just egg with an N on the end.
Oh, I thought you meant like egg and... So like fish and chips.
Like fish and pin.
Hot and spicy.
Chip and cushion. Fish
Yeah.
and pin. Yes. Do you want to pull a question out?
Oh, fuck, that's what we're doing.
And hope it isn't about egg. Alan Carr, sincerely, don't cut my head off when I'm in the chair. Don't get one of your miniaturised pet Gillian McKeiths to cut my head off. Which one's Gillian? Is she the one that's
she the
pooed
one
in
who
a
goes through
bucket?
poo?
I think she's the poo woman. Yeah.
Fainted a lot on I'm a Celebrity.
Because of the poo.
Probably because she had the hots for the safety man.
Probably.
Oh, pick me up in your big arms. Where is your danger zone? It's at the end of the highway.
Yes.
Highway to my danger zone. Danger zone.
Not the donger zone.
That's a,
Danger
that's a
zone.
different word.
That's true. I think it's the...
Are we... Go on. No, sorry, go on.
I mean, what I'm about to say is awful. So.
Do it.
You know, American toilets have the bowl like nearly full up with water. Oh, Ben.
Wait.
Ben's learning so much
Wait.
about the world today.
Yeah, you've gone to possibly blocked toilets when you were in the US.
No, they just have way more water in the bowl than we have over here. Yeah. So that's why on Reddit a few years ago there was a big argument between Europe and America, because an American said, "Don't you hate it when you sit on the toilet and the tip of your penis lands in the water?" To which Europe said, "Your cock is not that big. Stop fucking with us." And Americans were like, "No, it definitely is that big, not much bigger." Because there's no gap.
Because there's about that much.
If you do that in Europe, you've got to strap a weight to it or something.
Or you're in a blocked
Or
toilet.
you're in a blocked toilet.
Sometimes it
They're
does
sitting
just brush against the porcelain, and
Yeah,
that's,
that'll wake you up.
that's not how you want to start your day. If
No.
you're just a bit bleary-eyed, you're like, I'll have a sit-down wee because I don't want to wake up too much.
I would say the
Cold.
danger zone for me is if you sit on a blocked toilet, it's a distance between your balls and the water level. That's the danger zone. The liminal space between the water of a blocked toilet and your scrotal reach.
But not the peen.
Any of it. Depends
So
what...
because I was about to say, like your balls are more pendulous than the...
Yeah. On a cold day, certainly.
They go up on a cold day.
No, the other bar goes in. Oh no, they both do.
They both do.
You're right.
Because of
Interesting.
biology.
So I'm safer in the cold.
Sperm likes to be warm. So it...
But slightly less warm than your body temperature
Okay.
generally.
Which is why they
dangling.
dangle down.
If anything is at risk of
You don't
dipping,
want your junk going
any of
into
it.
the...
yes.
Now, I might extend that if I may.
Oh, if you could, it's very small. If you could just
Cold today.
could just strap an extra dick to me.
An extradictomy.
Extra dick to me.
That's a medical procedure. Can't get it on the NHS.
You can blow into it like a balloon. Make me a sausage dog.
I would say if there's a toilet that's blocked and, sometimes you need to risk the flush,
Yes.
I would think the danger zone... You feel like you're in the danger zone when it's very, very close to going over the top.
Yeah.
But what the real danger zone would be what could also be known as the splash zone.
Yes. That's
Because you
true.
need to watch, you can't just flush and run.
No.
You need to see how safe it was or wasn't. And I
That's
think
perfectly
standing
true,
in that
yes.
bit, that's a danger zone, particularly if you're in flip-flops.
Which you almost certainly are, because otherwise it's not a holiday, is it? The skiing holiday was ruined by flip-flops.
My toes all fell off.
Yes. The Somme.
I've forgotten what the question was.
Danger
Right,
zone.
yeah.
I think the Somme is very dangerous.
Probably not now, but at the time.
Well, statistically, per capita, that's where a lot of deaths have happened. So it must still be a very dangerous area.
I think if you looked at that year by year...
Well, no, it certainly peaked, I'm sure, but I mean over time.
Is this the same thing about when saying that Liz Truss's book was sold more copies than something else?
Okay.
I saw a thing. This was Richard Osman has his podcast.
Yeah.
I've only seen clips on TikTok, so I don't know what it's called. I don't know the name of his co-host.
That's how you promote a podcast these days.
But I also don't remember. But Liz Truss was like their marketing stuff was, we've sold more than this person's book. I was like, yes, that person's book came out a year ago.
Yes.
More people have watched the TikTok of Roman going bum and us going
bum mouth
than have watched the moon landing on that day, probably.
Right. Okay. Yes. If you choose the period of time.
If you want to say, you could say that Nagasaki and Hiroshima, very dangerous places to live because of all the death that's happened throughout their existence.
Yes.
There was one day where it was really bad to be there.
No, I think the following 20
there
years
were a few
bad.
but not as bad as that one day.
And yeah, not as bad. And also, like, the last 5 years have been not so bad compared to that
July 1945 or whatever it was.
Good memory, could be, sure.
I think.
Bomb Day.
Yeah. That was a bad time
Do you
to
know
go
what the
there.
D in D-Day stands for? You'll hate this.
No, I don't think I actually do.
It's called Day.
Day.
Yeah.
Why?
That's just the name of it. In a military operation, D-Day, the D stands for day, is when you enact an operation. So it was called... Oh, piss. It was called Operation something, the actual operation. And D-Day is the military term for the day of activity for this operation.
Okay.
D-Day is launch day, and the D just stands for day. But there is a D-Day for every operation.
So it's like pirates or sailors going I and I. I means... So you go, you there, I?
Yeah.
Do this. I means, yes, I've heard you and I will go and do it.
Yes.
So Day is the day that... That's the day where the thing is happening.
It's the day.
So it's the day.
Yes.
So we've got all this build-up for the day, and this day is day.
Yes, it's like, it's my birthday day. The day of my birthday. The day I was born.
It's the day of my birthday.
The day of my birthday, yes.
Yeah.
It's day.
Oh, that's...
It's Christmas Day.
Yeah. It's the day of Christmas Day.
Because it's not Christmas Day Eve. Or Christmas Day Boxing Day.
Christmas Dave.
Christmas Dave.
He's a great fun.
Christmas Day. No. He's great fun when you see him in December. Christmas Dave is a bummer the rest of the year. Christmas Dave, in fucking 30-degree heat in a jumper, is a miserable bastard sipping warm sherry by the fireplace in his jumper, singing Frosty the Snowman
roasting
while he
chestnuts.
falls asleep. Christmas Dave, sort it out. The Somme is my danger zone.
Right.
Or if we're going by, like, that means you're statistically less likely to die at the Somme now, because previously all the death, this is the safest place to be at the Somme. It's like when they say, oh, you're in a cathedral, and you're like, ooh, this is a very old building, is it going to collapse? Like, well, it hasn't collapsed in 1,000 years. Right, so we're due then.
So it's...
Yeah, so, like, the same logic applies in the opposite way. I think, if I know how maths work.
Wow, his eyes started rolling there. Go on.
I was trying to do numbers. The opposite must surely also be true, so that if you're at the Somme, it doesn't matter how many people have died at the Somme in the past, because there was a war there, statistically, it's unlikely for you to die at the Somme now. So the studio we're recording in, we're just going to assume no one's died here ever, so actually it's this is the danger zone.
Right, I understand the logic.
It's
a man
safer
a man who buys a lottery ticket is not going to buy a lottery ticket tomorrow. That's pretty certain.
What?
If you win the lottery,
Yes.
something that you can almost certainly,
I see what
you
you
can be
mean.
almost certain that whoever won the lottery isn't going to go out and buy a lottery ticket tomorrow.
It almost makes more business sense for it to be massively unlikely to win the lottery.
It is, but you're going off piece.
It's the same as Slim Fast.
I'm backing you up here.
Okay, I won't crosstalk.
So yes, if you went to a place that was a memorial to all the people that died, very unlikely to be murdered there, or for that to be the place where a battle is waged.
The safest place to record a podcast is a studio that previously did snuff films. Because loads of people have died there, so it's unless you were accidentally in a snuff film, I take it back.
Snuff films are always confused. I don't think there's one person that needs to be apologised to in the snuff film, and
It's Mr. Snuff.
Then they're not going to hear you. I've won. Where? How? Right? How?
It's okay. Let's start small.
This might be the danger. How were snuff films distributed? Because it's not like the internet was really prevalent in.
No.
In my mind, snuff films are like 70s, around that sort of time.
So earlier than that, and it was
like video nasties.
Yes.
sort
So
of
you would
thing.
have like a grubby little like reel-to-reel film thing, and like high society, like gross dickheads would gather and watch a film in like a secluded club in a back alley somewhere, and it was like a grubby thing.
But films where people were murdered, yeah,
Yes,
probably.
Yes.
But how? There's so many processes to make. We know there's so much work into putting a film together.
Yes.
And making the film.
Yes.
Lighting, everything to make that film happen.
Yes.
And then on the last day, you got to off someone and
it-
film it. So you need all of those people to be on board with this happening. They all
Yeah.
need to be paid to shut up and not
Yes.
say anything. You need that as a guarantee. And then you need to have a viable way to distribute all this to not only cover cost, but I would assume make profit.
Yes.
And that just seems like a lot of work. And there's got to be a network. Who first went, I've done this?
So I think the first thing is the point of a snuff film is what happens at the end of the snuff film. I think you can get away with not necessarily having a very good script, not necessarily lighting it very well, not necessarily making sure that your equipment is pat tested. I think you can,
The PAT test probably isn't
Probably-
high up on the list.
probably minimal editing because you can't do several takes of certain shots. So you're probably going to have quite a minimal crew who you would have to assume would either be really, really on board in a gross way or very well compensated for their time, or both. So I think the idea is that you would make this film and print 10 copies, and then those 10 copies you would distribute to these grubby little clubs, and they would be fucking expensive, one would imagine. Is my guess. This conversation is the danger zone.
I was interested because I think it was Inside Number 9 did an
Yes.
episode. I'm not going to say which episode because it
was one of the best.
it's
though.
one of the best ones, which
Jesus.
feels like one of the worst ones to start with until the
Don't start
twists.
there. Don't start there.
Oh no, but like when I was first watching that episode, I was like, this is a bit
This
is a bit naff, and then the reveal
fun.
comes at the end, like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Again, that's all I'm going to say about it because
watch it.
you just watch. But
Yeah.
I was just like, that's a lot of it's.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think I saw some comments about there's people shouting at each other on Reddit about. I follow people incorrectly correcting people
Lovely.
on Facebook,
love
and they were talking about a Serbian film which is not a snuff film but has a snuff film in it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why I had the question: how is this financially viable? I don't want to. I can't be asked. I can't be bothered to do all of that.
Well, thankfully,
because you've also got to get away with murder.
Yes, this is true. Yeah, I know. Health and safety on these sets, man, is
stupid.
It is stupid. It's almost not worth doing.
I don't think it is. Just have a podcast.
Just do a podcast. Just murder each other on the podcast. After 220-something episodes.
No.
Ben, do you want to pull another question out? Or how many have we got? Oh, we can do one more. What's up? What's up? What's up, Ben? What's the problem now? What's up? What's up, Ben? It wasn't coffee at all. It was drugs.
Coffee is a drug.
Beer is a drug.
Yeah. This is my drug mug.
Drug mug.
It's a wonderful time of the year.
Not for Stephen Christmas or whatever his name was.
What's something you wish your genitals could do?
Funny.
Touch the toilet water.
No, inhale the toilet water. There's too much water in this bowl.
Right, after the conversation we've just had, I thought that I went for, comparatively, a rather wholesome joke of, ha, men and willies. And you decided to turn yours into an elephant.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm already in the toilet. I'm going to get rid of it.
Why?
There's too much, so I'm going to pick it up.
That could have. They might not have flushed properly. They might have just been very well hydrated and not flushed. And now you've just slurped up someone else's piss through your winkle.
I'm going to put it down the sink so it's not in the bowl.
But you've had other people's wee in your dick. Why would you want that to happen? That's something that if it happens now, you would want to stop.
That's one of the few instances of a quote for the show that is so good that we cannot put it on Instagram because they will shadow ban us for using the words, "You've had someone else's wee in your dick."
I think I said winkle.
Oh, okay, sorry. Winkle. I think they know what winkle is.
It's a small clam.
I might have to make the quote card and then just put it on the website. So there's loads of treats hidden on the website. You've had someone else's wee in your winkle. Okay, not that then. I'd piss money.
Oh, I'm glad you're convinced.
Teleport.
Just the dick? So just the genitals?
I think the whole scrotal region.
So just...
Yeah, I think it'd be great for cleaning.
I don't know what the man's bit is called.
The grundle.
I don't think it's that.
Grundle is the
because the lady's whole thing is the vulva.
Yes, certainly.
That's the whole...
The whole shebang.
I'm doing this as
the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. And the whole he-bang.
Yes.
I think it's just the junk.
The squadron.
Squadron. The man's squadron.
The man's squadron.
See you later, boys. Teleport away.
And off it goes. I think that'd be great for cleaning. I think some days it would be nice to just leave it in like a little pot of dirt in the sun.
Right, so you're imagining it that when it teleports, all of the tubes and everything just seal off.
Yeah, they're still connected. It's just like it's going through a portal.
You'll just bleed out through...
No, it goes through a portal.
Okay, so you've got a glowing portal in your pants. I imagine portals to glow.
Yeah. Yeah. Teleport.
Okay.
Multiply. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. At a rate of...
All over your body. They can't just like little, dogs.
Like, on...
Like miniature Jiggy McKeiths.
What I would like them to do is teleport... To duplicate on the polar opposite side of the world to wherever I am at the time.
Okay.
So gradually over time...
The sea will fill with dicks.
The sea will fill with my dicks.
There's a title.
Absolutely not.
The sea will fill with my dicks.
And sea level will rise. They'll slay its global warming. They'll say, "Ah, 'tis I, and my multiplicitous junk. Nary a squadron no more, more of a navy.
An armada.
Armada.
An armada of
Armada,
dicks.
I barely know her.
So, I mean, if it was your bumhole, then that would be quite good because you could say, I'll shit gold.
The question, right? Yes.
Yes,
that's true.
not your dick army
If
anymore.
your dick was a bumhole, it'd be better. It's like, no, leave him alone.
No, but if the question was referencing a
If,
butthole,
yes.
then you could poop gold. I don't think I'd want to wee gold because it would be very hot or solid.
Ooh, molten. Yes.
What is there something that I always feel like there's a way to monetize a lot of these things? Like when we talked about what sources
no
you could
money in podcasting.
what sources you could come out your fingers.
Yes, oil was,
and you have
yeah.
oil or petrol in one of them. Bang, sorted.
Yeah.
I don't think I would not want to piss petrol. My cousin does go-karting. He wins lots.
Great.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Yeah.
But not like as a hobby, like as like
Professionally.
actual proper racing and
Cool.
stuff. And he once ended up covered in petrol. There was a leak or something in his car, and he had to sit in it for more than half an hour, and it burned.
Yes, I would think so.
So he had all like red, rashy, horrible on his legs. So I wouldn't want to piss petrol, because it's a sensitive area and it's inside you. So that would just be horrible.
You don't have to piss anything. Something you wish your genitals could do.
So that it could be anything.
So you could do exactly what I did, but you could create
Grant
solid
wishes.
gold. Grant wishes, yes.
But that is very much I wish for infinite wishes. That's
You could have one wish per ejaculation. If you say a wish at the point of ejaculation, it comes true.
I mean, it'd be embarrassing until
Word.
whatever it was happened.
Yes.
You'd need a. Oh no! I mean, you could do it on your own. I imagined trying to explain to a partner
Self-sourcing.
why you were wishing that the Dow Jones would improve.
Or that her sister would show up.
Yeah, but then she would show up and it would just be awkward
Yes.
because she'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they'd probably be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You're all.
Whoa. Yeah. No. Okay. Not that then.
Yeah, I reckon you could spend a long weekend
Sorting out everything.
sorting some stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
quite sure
sorted-
one of them would need to be, "I wish I was better hydrated."
I wish I felt less guilt after everything I've done today.
Nah, that'd be a worrying wish. Because if you felt no guilt, then isn't that just sociopath?
Not no guilt, just less. Yeah, you've solved all the world's problems, but you've run out of tissues. I wish for more tissues.
You really wish for more tissues, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like my genitals to grant wishes, and I would call it my magic wand. I would also wish for 4 times as many testicles, because they would be my magic 8 balls.
Would your
Give them a
give him a shake? Seems unlikely.
It does. It does seem unlikely. I'll give you that.
Outcome unclear because of cum. You could call it your wish sauce. Instead of fish sauce, it's wish sauce.
Fish sauce.
Fish sauce.
Why would you call it your fish sauce?
Well, I wouldn't call it my
Are
fish
you Paul
sauce.
Cruise?
Paul Cruise. No, fish sauce is a separate thing that you put on like stir fries and stuff, like oyster sauce.
Why is that coming out of your dick?
It's not. That's wish sauce.
Okay, right. I thought that you were saying
semen.
you would call it your wish sauce
Yes.
instead of calling it your fish sauce.
No.
As if that was something that you currently called your ejaculate.
No, I would call it my wish sauce instead of my semen.
Right. I would call it Now You Seaman, Now You Don't.
Are you blinding people
Because
with
it's
wishes?
magic.
Okay.
I'm still annoyed, and I will forever be annoyed.
That the second film
The
wasn't called
second
Now You
film, the sequel to Now You See Me, was not called Now You Don't.
Yeah, no, we're all angry about it.
Because it should have, even if people are like, oh no, but it wouldn't make sense, then call it Now You See Me, and the sequel, Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Now You Don't, exactly.
Now You See Me, colon, Now You Don't.
But it's also funny because the viewership for the second one would go down, as is always the case, compared to the first one. So it is funny because for a lot of people,
They wouldn't have seen
we
it.
did not see the film. That's a funny joke. Ben, where are you online?
Good, I'm on Instagram. There's pictures of things that I do and food that I make, and stuff I think is cool.
Cool.
That's what Instagram does.
It's really all we want from it. Yes, I am at LT Guitarist on all the similar places. I'm hanging out on Threads and a little bit of, well, quite a lot on Instagram as well. I've got some new music out. You'll like it, I promise, at LT Guitarist on all the places. The podcast is at Convo Hat Podcast. We have little stupid videos of this stupid little show.
Like this one. You'll have to now
You'll
make
have
that
to,
into
and you'll have to go check out whatever that was in
Yeah.
order to know whatever that was. On all the places where you get videos, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Tick, bloody talk, y'all. That's life running out. I've got 4 titles to choose from. Are you ready?
Ready.
Because what will usually happen is I'll say something and go, oh God, that was this episode. So let's get that ball rolling. Heel Egg.
No,
Eggn Carr.
that's better.
Risk the Flush.
Oh.
The logistical problems with snuff films.
I really wanted Eggn Carr because I wanted Alan Carr. Carr has 2 R's.
Sorry.
I really wanted Alan
Now it
Carr
makes no sense.
to know that we love him, and maybe not know how we described him as like a big
gonna tag him.
egghead.
I'm going to tag him.
But I would, I'd love him to know that. But the logistical problems with should be Eggn Carr. The logistical problems with snuff films.
Yeah, I reckon.
Not that they have anything to do with each other, except they were discussed by us in the last
That's the point.
40 or so minutes.
That's what titles is, y'all. Deal
That
with
is
it.
what titles is. Eggs is eggs, snakes is snakes, and titles.
Well, bye then.
Good luck.